lands of Uganda, maize cultivation stands as a cornerstone of agricultural livelihoods and food security. Join us on an exciting journey as we explore the vibrant world of maize farming in Uganda, exploring its historical significance, modern challenges, and the resilient spirit of the farmers who nurture this vital crop. In Uganda, maize isn't just a crop, it's a way of life. Subscribe now and stay tuned for an adventure you won't want to miss. Maize was introduced in Uganda in 1861 by early settlers and has since become a major part of the farming system, ranking third in importance among the main cereal crops grown in the country. The adoption of maize as a staple crop was driven by its adaptability to diverse climates and soil types, coupled with its nutritional value. Traditional farming communities embraced maize cultivation, weaving it into cultural practices and culinary traditions. The maize export market is mainly regional, comprising of markets within Eastern and Southern Africa, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Southern Sudan. Maize is commonly consumed as posho. It is a thick porridge made from maize flour and water. It's a staple food and often served with beans, vegetables, or meat. Roasted maize is a popular street food. The whole cob is roasted over open flames and eaten as a snack. Maize can also be boiled and served as a side snack. Maize can also be consumed as porridge. Porridge is commonly served for breakfast in most Ugandan schools. You can add milk and sugar to porridge to taste. In Uganda, several types of maize are cultivated, each with its unique characteristics suited to different agroclimatic zones, culinary preferences, and market demands. Here are some of the common types of maize grown in Uganda. First is hybrid maize varieties, such as Long 10H, DK8031, and Panar 53. These are developed through crossbreeding to enhance specific traits such as high yield, disease resistance, and uniformity. Hybrid maize varieties are popular among Ugandan farmers due to their productivity. Number 2 is open-pollinated varieties such as Long 5A, Long 7B, Long 3C. These are traditional maize varieties that are open-pollinated, meaning they can be pollinated by wind, insects, or other natural means. While they may not exhibit the same level of uniformity and yield as hybrids, OPVs are valued for their diversity and suitability for local conditions. Another type of maize grown in Uganda is quality protein maize, or QPM. These maize varieties have higher levels of essential amino acids, particularly lysine and tryptophan, compared to traditional maize. QPM varieties are valued for their nutritional benefits, especially in addressing protein deficiencies. Some QPM varieties cultivated in Uganda include Obatampa, which is known for its improved protein quality and yield potential, and Longs 12Q developed to address malnutrition by providing higher levels of essential amino acids. Number 4 is white maize. White maize varieties are commonly grown for human consumption and processing into maize flour, a staple food in Uganda. These varieties are preferred for their soft texture and mild flavor, making them suitable for various culinary purposes such as porridge, bread, and snacks. Ugandans also grow yellow maize. Yellow maize varieties are also cultivated for human consumption and livestock feed. In addition to its use in traditional dishes, yellow maize is processed into maize meal and used as an ingredient in various food products. It is also valued for its higher levels of beta-carotene, an important precursor to vitamin A. Number 6 is flint maize. Flint maize varieties have hard kernels with a high starch content, making them suitable for processing into grits, meal, and flour. While not as common as dent maize varieties, flint maize is grown in some regions of Uganda for both human consumption and animal feed. In Uganda, like in many tropical and subtropical regions, the planting of maize is intricately tied to the country's seasonal patterns and climatic variations. Understanding the planting seasons is crucial for farmers to optimize their yields and ensure a successful harvest. Typically, Uganda experiences the long rainy season and short rainy season. However, variations exist across different regions of the country, influenced by factors such as altitude, rainfall patterns, and local microclimates. The long rainy season, also known as the first season, typically begins in March and extends through May. This period marks the onset of the primary planting season for maize in many parts of Uganda. As the rains saturate the soil and replenish moisture levels, farmers prepare their fields for planting. This involves tasks such as plowing, tilling, and applying organic or inorganic fertilizers to enhance soil fertility. Once the land is prepared, farmers sow maize seeds directly into the moist soil, either by hand or using mechanized planters. The abundance of rainfall during this season provides optimal growing conditions for maize, facilitating germination and early growth. Farmers closely monitor their fields, ensuring adequate weed control and pest management to safeguard the emerging maize plants. As the season progresses, maize plants undergo rapid vegetative growth, fueled by the ample moisture and sunlight. Farmers may undertake supplementary irrigation in drier regions or during prolonged dry spells to support the developing crops. By late May, the maize plants enter the reproductive stage, with tassels and silks appearing as the plants begin to flower. The short rainy season, also known as the second season, occurs from September to November. While this period receives less rainfall compared to the long rainy season, it still provides an opportunity for farmers to cultivate maize in certain regions of Uganda. The timing and intensity of rainfall vary across different parts of the country, influenced by factors such as proximity to water bodies and local topography. In regions where the short rainy season is pronounced, farmers may engage in late planting of maize to take advantage of the moisture provided by the rains. However, the shorter duration of rainfall during this season necessitates careful timing and management of planting activities. Farmers may opt for early maturing maize varieties that can complete their growth cycle within the available time frame. Despite the challenges posed by erratic rainfall and potential dry spells, the short rainy season presents an opportunity for farmers to diversify their cropping calendars and maximize their agricultural productivity. Successful maize cultivation in Uganda relies on a combination of traditional wisdom, modern agricultural techniques, and sustainable practices. Farmers employ a range of cultivation practices to optimize yields, minimize environmental impact, and enhance resilience to climatic challenges. Let's explore some key cultivation practices adopted by farmers across Uganda. The cultivation process begins with land preparation, which involves clearing fields of weeds and debris, plowing or tilling the soil to loosen it, and incorporating organic matter such as compost or manure to improve soil fertility. Proper land preparation creates an optimal seedbed for maize planting, facilitating seed germination and root development. This is followed by seed selection and planting. Selecting high-quality maize seeds adapted to local growing conditions is crucial for a successful harvest. Farmers may choose from a diverse range of maize varieties, including open-pollinated, hybrid, and improved varieties. Planting density and spacing also play a critical role in maximizing yields. Depending on the variety and agroecological conditions, farmers may opt for different planting methods, including manual broadcasting, row planting, or mechanized planting. Another practice is fertilization and soil management. Maize has high nutrient requirements, particularly nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Farmers supplement soil fertility through the application of fertilizers, either organic such as compost or manure, or inorganic such as nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium fertilizers. Soil testing helps farmers determine nutrient deficiencies and tailor fertilizer applications accordingly, promoting balanced soil fertility and optimal crop growth. Efficient water management is essential for maize cultivation, especially in regions prone to drought or erratic rainfall. Farmers may adopt irrigation techniques, such as drip irrigation or furrow irrigation, to supplement rainfall and ensure adequate soil moisture levels during critical growth stages. Water conservation practices, including mulching and soil moisture monitoring, help minimize water loss through evaporation and runoff. Additionally, weeds compete with maize plants for nutrients, water, and sunlight, reducing yields and impeding growth. Farmers employ various weed control methods, including mechanical cultivation, hand weeding, and the use of herbicides. Integrated weed management strategies combine cultural practices such as crop rotation and mulching with selective herbicide applications to minimize weed pressure while preserving soil health. Another practice is pest and disease management. Maize is susceptible to a range of pests and diseases that can devastate crops if left unchecked. Farmers implement integrated pest management, IPM strategies, to mitigate pest pressure while minimizing reliance on chemical pesticides. Biological control, cultural practices such as crop rotation and intercropping, and the use of resistant maize varieties help manage pest and disease outbreaks effectively. The life cycle of maize from seed to harvest is a journey marked by distinct stages of growth and development. Understanding these stages is essential for farmers to make informed decisions regarding planting, agronomic management, and harvest timing. Let's delve into the intricate phases of the maize life cycle. Stage 1. Germination. The maize life cycle begins with germination, triggered by the absorption of water by the seed. Under optimal conditions of moisture, temperature, and soil fertility, maize seeds swell and initiate the process of sprouting. Germination typically occurs within 7 to 10 days after planting, although this time frame may vary depending on environmental factors. Stage 2. Seedling stage. Once germination occurs, maize seeds give rise to seedlings characterized by the emergence of a primary root or radicle and embryonic leaves. During this stage, seedlings are highly vulnerable to environmental stressors such as drought, pests, and diseases. Farmers must provide adequate moisture and nutrient supply to support healthy seedling establishment. Stage 3. Vegetative growth. As seedlings mature, they transition into the vegetative growth stage, marked by the development of true leaves and the elongation of the stem. Maize plants exhibit vigorous growth during this phase, focusing on the accumulation of biomass and the establishment of a robust root system. Adequate soil moisture, nutrients, and sunlight are critical for optimizing vegetative growth and ensuring strong plant development. Stage 4. Tasseling and pollination. Around 60 to 90 days after planting, maize plants enter the reproductive phase characterized by the emergence of tassels at the top of the plant. Concurrently, silk strands emerge from the ear shoots, serving as the receptive structures for pollen grains. Pollination, facilitated by wind or insects, is a crucial process that determines kernel development and yield potential. Stage 4. Grain fill. Following successful pollination, fertilized ovules develop into kernels within the developing ears of maize. The grain fill stage, spanning approximately 20 to 40 days after pollination, is a critical period where kernels accumulate starches, proteins, and other nutrients. Adequate moisture and temperature during this phase are essential for maximizing kernel weight and quality. Drought, stress, or nutrient deficiencies during grain fill can lead to reduced yields and poor kernel development. Stage 4. Maturation and harvest. As maize kernels reach physiological maturity, the plant grows weaker, signaled by the drying and yellowing of foliage. Typically occurring 100 to 120 days after planting for early maturing varieties and longer for full-season varieties, maturity marks the end point of the maize life cycle. Farmers monitor the moisture content of maize kernels to determine optimal harvest timing, aiming for moisture levels suitable for storage and post-harvest processing. Maize can be harvested manually or using mechanized equipment, depending on the scale of production and available resources. Manual harvesting involves cutting maize stalks at ground level using machetes or sickles, followed by gathering and bundling into sheaves. Stage 5. Post-harvest management. Following harvest, maize undergoes post-harvest processing and storage to preserve its quality and nutritional value. Maize kernels must be dried to reduce moisture content to safe levels to prevent mold growth and insect infestations during storage. Farmers typically sun-dry maize on tarps or drying racks or use mechanical dryers for larger volumes. Shelling involves separating maize kernels from the cob. This can be done manually using hand shellers or mechanized shellers. Efficient shelling ensures clean separation of kernels and minimizes damage. After shelling, maize kernels are cleaned to remove debris, broken kernels, and foreign matter. This can be done using sieves, air blowers, or gravity separators. Cleaned maize kernels are then graded based on size, color, and quality parameters. Graded maize is then packaged into sacks, bags, or bulk containers for storage, transportation, and marketing. Proper storage facilities are essential for preserving maize quality and protecting it from pests, moisture, and spoilage. Common storage methods include traditional storage structures such as granaries, cribs, and pits are used by smallholder farmers. These structures offer protection from pests and environmental conditions but may lack adequate ventilation and moisture control. Modern storage solutions, including metal silos, hermetic bags, and plastic bins, provide airtight and moisture-proof storage environments. These technologies help maintain grain quality, reduce post-harvest losses, and prolong shelf life. Despite the resilience of maize as a staple crop in Uganda, farmers face a myriad of challenges that hinder productivity, jeopardize food security, and undermine livelihoods. From environmental factors to socio-economic constraints, navigating these challenges requires innovation, collaboration, and targeted interventions. Let's explore some of the key challenges faced by maize farmers on the field. Number 1. Climate variability. Climate change has brought about erratic weather patterns, including unpredictable rainfall, prolonged droughts, and extreme temperatures, which pose significant challenges to maize cultivation. Variability in climatic conditions can disrupt planting schedules, reduce yields, and increase the prevalence of pests and diseases, exacerbating food insecurity and livelihood vulnerabilities. Another challenge is pests and diseases. Maize crops are susceptible to a range of pests and diseases, including maize stem borers, fall armyworms, maize streak virus, and fungal pathogens. Pest outbreaks and disease epidemics can cause widespread damage, leading to yield losses and economic hardship for farmers. Limited access to pest-resistant maize varieties and effective agrochemicals further compounds the challenge of pest and disease management. Number 3 is soil degradation and nutrient depletion. Intensive maize cultivation practices, such as monocropping and excessive use of agrochemicals, contribute to soil degradation and nutrient depletion over time. Soil erosion, compaction, and loss of organic matter impair soil fertility and productivity, necessitating investments in sustainable soil management practices and nutrient replenishment strategies. Farmers in Uganda have limited access to inputs and resources. Smallholder maize farmers often face challenges in accessing essential inputs and resources, including quality seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, and irrigation infrastructure. High input costs, inadequate extension services, and limited market access constrain farmers' ability to adopt modern agricultural technologies and practices, impeding productivity gains and income generation. Another challenge is post-harvest losses and market access. Inadequate post-harvest handling infrastructure, including storage facilities and transportation networks, contributes to significant post-harvest losses in maize. Poor market access, price volatility, and limited market information further undermine farmers' profitability and bargaining power, trapping them in cycles of poverty and food insecurity. Gender inequality and socio-economic vulnerability is another challenge to maize cultivation in Uganda. Women play a significant role in maize cultivation and post-harvest activities, yet they often face gender-based discrimination, unequal access to land, credit, and agricultural extension services, and limited decision-making power within households and communities. In the face of evolving challenges, farmers are harnessing innovation, resilience, and adaptive strategies to overcome obstacles and enhance productivity. From adopting climate-smart technologies to embracing sustainable practices, these innovations are transforming maize cultivation and paving the way for a more resilient agricultural sector. Let's explore some of the key innovations and adaptations. Number 1. Drought-resistant maize varieties. Agricultural research institutions and seed companies have developed drought-tolerant maize varieties tailored to the climatic conditions of Uganda. These varieties exhibit enhanced resilience to water stress, allowing farmers to maintain yields even during periods of erratic rainfall or prolonged droughts. Number 2. Integrated pest management practices. This combines biological, cultural, and chemical control methods to manage pests and diseases sustainably. Farmers need to implement IPM practices such as crop rotation, intercropping, use of biopesticides, and conservation biological control to reduce reliance on synthetic pesticides and minimize environmental impact while effectively managing pest pressure. Number 3. Conservation agriculture techniques. Techniques like minimum tillage, mulching, and cover cropping promote soil health, water conservation, and erosion control. By minimizing soil disturbance and maintaining vegetative cover, conservation agriculture enhances soil structure, fertility, and moisture retention, leading to improved maize yields and resilience to climate change. Induced stresses. Number 4. Climate-resilient cropping systems. Farmers are diversifying their cropping systems to incorporate climate-resilient crops alongside maize. Such drought-tolerant legumes include cowpea, pigeon peas, and root crops such as cassava and sweet potato. These intercropping and crop rotation strategies enhance biodiversity, nutrient cycling, and soil health while reducing vulnerability to climate-related risks and improving overall farm productivity. Farmers explore opportunities to add value to maize production through processing, packaging, and marketing of maize-based products such as flour, snacks, and animal feed. By establishing market linkages with local cooperatives, agribusinesses, and food processors, farmers can access higher value markets, increase income streams, and reduce post-harvest losses. Capacity building initiatives, including farmer training programs, agricultural extension services, and knowledge-sharing platforms, equip farmers with the skills, information, and resources needed to adopt innovative practices and adapt to changing agricultural landscapes. Farmer-led organizations, cooperatives, and community-based networks play a crucial role in facilitating peer learning, technology dissemination, and collective action for sustainable agriculture. Thank you for joining us on this insightful journey into the heart of maize farming in Uganda. We hope you enjoyed learning about the hard work and innovation that goes into every harvest. If you found this video inspiring, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and leave a comment below. We would love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, let's keep growing together.